My best friend Steve has a wonderful conversion story to the Church of Jesus Christ. He was telling me about a time that he was going to an AA meeting and how frustrated he was. The person was saying is that it just runs in my family. He just felt uneasy about it. And then the Spirit told him that, yeah, this thing may run in your family, but this is where it runs out. My mom had me at 16. My biological father had me at 18. This follows a long line of having children out of wedlock. I made a determination when I was very, very young that that's going to end with my generation. When my mom got married, everyone had the question of, where'd you get the black kid from? I was never really bothered by those questions because it's a natural question that people have. One thing that I was bothered about is the fact that if I had my biological parents, this would never even have been an issue. It's something that I made a conscious decision, and I was not older than, I'd say 6, is that I'm never going to put myself in a position where I will have children out of wedlock. I will not ever do that to my kids because I was going through it as a kid. I have not had a relationship with my mom since 2017. To her credit, she made changes to give my siblings the best start possible. All these things that I want to get rid of are the things that my mother and biological father have either dealt with or had to deal with growing up. These were having children out of wedlock, drugs, abusing alcohol, the physical and emotional abuse. Not only did I want to make sure that I change the next generation by not having kids out of wedlock, that I would get rid of all of those abuses that both of my parents to an extent had to deal with. I wanted to make sure that I start the next generation off right, and I do the work necessary to rid as much of those things possibly out of my soul so that Kimberly and Trey and any future children that my wife and I might have won't ever have to deal with those things. Something that Steve and I talked about. Things may run in our blood, but this right now is where it ends. We can't always control what we've dealt with in the past, but we can control how it affects the next generation.